Hi Capricorns, Power and Light Tarot coming at you with the reading. Today we have another awesome reading. Yeah, we do. And we need a new word, Capricorn, because phenomenal, awesome, bomb. We just need a new one, right? But yeah, it is going to be one. And I hope you guys are well. And yeah, it's going to be a really interesting reading. I feel like it is. Somebody accepts the truth over here about their life. We have the three crosses. Uh, Yeah, this is going to be really interesting. But before we begin, Capricorn, if you'd like your own psychic reading, you may always get one, right? I'm a Silva grad. They're accurate. And yeah, and we do, if you don't know somebody, you just met them, you don't trust them, anything like that, you should get one. And we do the tarot spread at the end. So we have two unique insights. Mystic Sense will offer you a free 5-minute psychic reading. Everything's below. If you'd like a tarot reading or you like your chart analyzed, you may get that done, and that is very empowering, right? Your chart, oh good God, you can't, it's not, you can't even like, yeah, you can't begin to imagine how it empowers you. So let's get into this, Capricorn, and we start with stress, and he's not being empowered. In fact, he's blowing his horn, he's already stressed out, and the little monkey is getting ready to pop his balloon. And that's supposed to be kind of his friend, right? His companion for the act. Yeah. And so this talks about somebody is contemplating or in reflection, or whatever they've been thinking about is causing them stress because it's a 7. And we have guilt. This is an 8. And interesting about guilt is this lady, she has these claws, these kind of clutches that are scratching her head, like making her feel guilty. There's change in this reading, right? It makes a lot of sense with the eclipses, but this guilt here is somebody wants something that is going to bring them like progress because it's an 8. It's about power, right? And so, but they feel guilty possibly about what they've done, right? And maybe, somebody gets kind of like, there could be a lot of drama in this reading. We have the Queen of Spiders, and these are the Black Widows. And we can call this the Queen of Spades, right? And she's very jealous and angry and bitter and all these things. So here's the bitter woman. And then we have the King of Spades, right? This could be a couple, interesting here. And he can be called the King of Swords. This is somebody who's not following the rules. Sometimes they call him a criminal, but hey, you know how it is with the cards and stuff, and even astrology, where we have the higher and the lower mind, about every sign, right? Or every card, it has a high energy and a low energy, right? Usually in the reverse, it's the lower, but not always. But this king, he might not be a criminal, is my point, but he's probably not, but he's not following the rules. And maybe they're marital laws, possibly, or whatever they are, Capricorn. Here's the Queen of Spiders. She's very mad. There's a male here who's not following some type of rules. And there's a woman here who's very angry and bitter, and whoever's not following the rules feels guilty, and it's causing them a lot of stress. Now, but what they are doing here is accepting the truth. So somebody could be maybe breaking up with somebody here, and they're just accepting the truth that, this is what I need for my life. I need to complete this cycle and end it. And in speaking of cycles, we have a new start is coming, the new moon. And the new moon is coming. It's coming on Monday, April 8th. And it's a new moon where we think about ourselves and what's best for ourselves, because Aries is about the self, and it is a new moon in Aries, right? And let's see what else we have for Capricorn. And we have you are good enough. All right, well, we all know that, but actually not everybody knows that, right? They don't feel they're good enough. And maybe somebody's trying to be perfect here, because Virgo is it can be about perfection, right? It's, but this is you are good enough. Usually when this is here, somebody probably had to remind themselves of that. Like, hey, I'm worth it, right? Of this new beginning because of the guilt and the jealous woman. Yeah. It's not me, Capricorn. I'm not really jealous. No, I'm just, I'm in my flow, so nothing to be jealous about, right? Goodness gracious, right? Let's see what we got here. Everybody needs to be in their flow, right? It takes time to get there. It does. And I'm definitely not bragging because I have not always been in my flow. No. Sometimes it takes some wrong left turns, right? Yeah. The U-turns, those are the worst, right? Let me go back to those bad habits, right? Yeah. Let's see, we got Capricorn. For you guys, today we'll use the little sister decks with this deck here. Somebody's taking action. We have the Knight of Swords and the Ten of Swords. Something ends here, and that's why this woman here is angry and bitter. And she might bite you, right? It's, the Black Widow. I hope somebody doesn't pass away from a spider bite here, right? And so here's the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is somebody who is releasing something in order to have their own power. Eights are about power. Yeah, it's about progress. But something is released. Because look how she's right. She's got the swords around her. She can release herself. This is self-oppression or self-repression. She did this herself, so she can let herself out. But it's been challenging for her, so she has to release. It looks like a relationship. That's what it looks like here. It doesn't necessarily have to be. The Four of Pentacles is with it. There's a release here in order to hold on to you, Capricorn, right? And you might be doing this. And we see there's something opposing here because he's wearing two different color shoes, right? And no, he's not broke, right? Or homeless, because look at him. He's like a rich guy here, right? And so there's two opposing forces, two different shoes, and the Empress is with it. This is definitely somebody who feels, Capricorn, that you are their queen, or their, maybe a fertility queen, right? Are you the fertility queen, Capricorn? With the Empress, right? Could be Libra or Taurus energy, definitely could be. And so, but somebody's holding on here, and they're gonna release something else in order to stand in their power. And that's what sometimes we have to do, right? We have to release people, bad patterns, just stuff like that. All right, so we have a new start coming. And you are good enough is a trip. It's because somebody was accepting less. Maybe they were accepting, maybe it was themselves. Like, I'm over here doing this kind of career or, living this life. I don't have to do this. I don't have to, but I have to make, I don't have to, but I have to, I have to accept the truth here. The three crosses are like, it's the truth about life. And the three crosses are, it's just accepting. I mean, in this deck, they talk about, there's only three things in life that, are for sure. I don't know, death, taxes, and something else. Insurance, right? So, which is highly unromantic here. But they're just saying that sometimes we just have to look at life and go, you know what? That doesn't work for me. I have to accept this, right? Yeah, or life is really this, so I have to accept. Yeah, there's an ending here. It is a 10, so we know it's a completion and an ending. All right? So let's see what we have, Capricorn, for you guys. Yeah, let's see what we got for my Cappies today. And we start with the Three of Cups. I just did Sagittarius's reading. I feel like it started with the Three of Cups. Different deck, though, right? Yeah, we got to switch it up here sometimes. The challenge is the Four of Cups. Somebody's bored or rejecting somebody. Yeah, and that person is hell-bent mad over here, all right? Yeah, they are. I wouldn't want to mess with that the Black Widow. No, I wouldn't want to. Okay, we have the Devil, and that these people are chained. Of course they are, and he's got them in chain. He's almost like a pimp over here, Capricorn, right? The Devil, right? Can we say pimp here on this channel? I think we can, right? And so, excuse me, guys. And so they're chained, and but it is a feeling of restriction, right? And this Eight of Swords is a feeling of I'm going to release this. I'm going to, because I don't want to keep feeling stuck. And the Devil, yeah, you feel stuck, but it's like a stuck, like restricted. This is very Saturn energy, right? Restriction, right? If we know about Saturn, Saturn brings good things too, but not if you're not being responsible with your life. It brings karmic lessons. Yeah, it does, right? Yeah. But in this reading, the Devil here is about releasing something that was kind of holding somebody back, repressing them, or But at the same time, yeah, that's what it's about. At the same time, it's letting go of something that was restricting somebody because they were not happy. Like, I don't want this anymore. I'm bored, or I'm rejecting it. And the 4 Capricorn showing up here as the challenge to the the 3 of Cups is somebody wants a reconciliation, or they want to live a life of joy, and they're rejecting, or they're bored with somebody because it's not bringing them stability. It's not nurturing them. The number 4. This is based on Cancer, really. 4th house of what makes you feel safe or nurtured, because Cancer is very nurturing. So we see here that somebody's letting go of something that's not good for them. It's not good for their stability, their security, they're feeling well in their life. And the 9 of Swords. So here's and this rejection over here, or this boredom, is this Queen, is the Black Widows right here. This is a woman here who's, I wouldn't want to mess with her, Capricorn, right? Yeah, she was bitter. Yeah, this is kind of almost like to the bitter end. Like somebody left somebody and they're like, well, yeah. And so let's see what else we have. And they feel guilty about it, though. They do. And we have with that, we have the 10 of Cups. See, this is what somebody wants. There's an ending here, a completion. There's a collaboration coming, and something is left behind. It's either providing somebody or not providing, but keeping them kind of unhappy, keeping them bored, or, and they definitely want to reject it. Yeah, they do. And they're doing that. It's kind of a harsh word, rejection, but, we all have to reject things in our lives, right, that aren't good for us, people or whatever. The 8 here is it's not really the 8 of anything. It's the Strength card. And this is self-mastery, right? And in this reading, that lion is really her, the one she's hugging. We have the Empress with it. So 8s are about progress and power. It's really about kind of power through progress, or vice versa, right? But this here, these are 2 majors here. We have the 8 and the 3, which is 11. This can be about 2 people. It's about making a choice that empowers me because of the Strength card. It's making a choice to have beauty in my life with the Empress, Libra, or Taurus energy. It's making a choice to having the courage to do this, right? To live like this abundant life with somebody, or have something abundant and passionate. The Empress is passion, right? Represents passion. That's why she's pregnant a lot, right? Yeah, you're like, come on, do a little bit of self-control, right? Just kidding. All right. Now we have the King of Swords is coming into play. He's reversed. This is a trip here. 5 of Cups sits in the past. There's regret. And that's why we have guilt, right? Somebody regrets hurting this Queen of, whatever her name is, right? The Queen of Swords, you could call her. She doesn't have to be an air sign. No, she could, but you could just call her the Black Widow, like, I don't know, murderer, right? Just kidding. Let's see what we have with the 5 of Cups, and we have the 3 of Swords with it. Yeah, and so there's some other cards here. I'm not going to take them. I don't like to take too many cards, but this is telling us the story. There's regret for a third party. There's regret to or regret to, and the third party doesn't always have to be another woman, although you look like you were kind of replacing somebody here, Capricorn, but it could be just poor choices, no self-mastery in life, because here we see the Strength card, and that's what that is, right? This is what's helping somebody. This could be like regret to break somebody's heart because of the Black Widow. Yeah, there's 2 there. Yeah. And so the King of Swords, Capricorn, shows up and this is coming into play. It's reversed. So somebody made a decision, right? They did with the Death card to end something, see? And they made this decision for a transformation. And this transformation is going to bring in your happily ever after, because here we see the 10 of Cups here. And they're looking at the rainbow together going, wow, look what we have. Look at that. Right? So the devil, here he is, and he's, he's pretty gnarly here, Capricorn, right? Yeah, and he has curly horns. He does, right? And let's see what we got. He's making this kind of evil thing with his fingers. Yeah, the evil hand gesture. And we have the sun with it. Look at all the majors here, right? These two majors together, these two majors together, these two majors together. The death card's down here, as you know. Yeah, I think that's how that was. I hope it is. Yeah, with these orders, right? And so the sun and the devil is together here. And so this is communication coming in. I believe it is. A new start is coming. Somebody's coming to tell you that if you want one with them, right? Nobody tells you anything in this life, right? This is why we need to learn to use our own counsel, right? But we have the sun and we have the devil, and this is clarity that somebody needs to release something here. Yeah. They might feel stuck about it, but somebody feels stuck in a relationship or somewhere they feel really stuck here and they're rejecting it. In fact, you might get news, Capricorn, that somebody could tell you that, hey, you're the one for me and you're my happily ever after, and I had to let go of some other situation that was just kind of restricting me in my life, my happiness, like holding me back. And the Tower, Capricorn, dun, 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 right? And this is Scorpio energy, death and rebirth. It definitely can be. And it can also be kind of this Uranus energy, unexpected changes that the Tower, that are just brought in by the divine, right? And this definitely shows up in your chart, wherever the squares are, whatever planets are squaring other planets. Yeah, it shows you just what you don't have any control over, right? You might have to, and something happens in your life and you just have to take action in order to mitigate damages or possibly prevent, but usually something really kind of comes in, right? Not always damaging, but definitely challenging. And the Tower sitting in, this is how you're being affected. This can also, in this reading, this Tower means something ends because it was built on like it wasn't solid, it wasn't secure. So something ends here, and the Tower, these people are falling down, and and this is a 7, the Tower. Remember, the 7s are reflection. So somebody knows here that this needs to fall, like Rome needs to fall, right? Yeah, and the Page of Wands is with it. There's an ending here and there's a new path, and that's how you're being affected. And the Death card is in your, that's how you affect that person, Capricorn. And this may be your environment. We can look at it both ways, yeah. And we have the Queen of Wands. This is how you affect them. You're imposing this transformation on them because you're their happily ever after right here. Yeah. And so now we have, and that is in your environment. This is coming for you. It's like it says right here, a new start is coming. Yeah, with the new moon. Maybe this is happening Monday or, but the eclipses, because the new moon in Aries is Monday, but eclipses can can last up to a year. Right? Yeah, they can. So, your hopes and fears, Capricorn. And interesting down here, Capricorn, this is also the advice. The advice here is to let Rome burn and have a new path, right? And that's what I was talking about, like in your natal chart when you see these squares. You don't have any choice. You're like, boom, right? I was just talking to somebody who had a major kind of squares in their life, and it was somebody, kind of close to me who said, my mom passed away and I had to just boom and get up and go, go to another country and take care of her business. But not just that, it was at the time where It was the time where we had, the virus, right? Yeah, that I don't want to talk about here, but yeah, so it was really challenging, and she just kind of had to get up and go. Okay, Six of Swords shows up in the hopes and fears with the Ace of Pentacles, and this is, you're hoping for this transition or this change, or whoever is rejecting somebody or kind of walking away or letting something like burn. In that case, this is like, I hope I get to the other side. I hope I have the happily ever after, right? And maybe this person might feel like you are going to reject them because it does sit in the challenge. It's possible. I don't feel like it's really that. I feel like it's more like something else is ended because of the three crosses, accepting the truth in life, right? Everybody has to accept the truth in life. It is what it is. And we have to go with the ebbs and flows, right? Yeah. So, so let's see. Just like Viktor Frankl's book, Man's Meaning. What is it? Man's Search for the Meaning of Life, I think. Anyway, let's see what we got. And in the potential outcome, Capricorn, sits the Nine of Swords. Here he is. Here she is crying, right? Yeah. She said, I just put on my clean nightie, right? So this is worry, and somebody is worried here. Whoever is showing up here is worried, and but it's a completion. So they're definitely worried that this will complete in the way that they want. This is going to end. Rome is burning. Whatever this is, so it's ending. It has created heartbreak for somebody, and for me, it looks like this Queen of Spiders, right? Or the Black Widows is, Let's get a card on the Nine of Swords, and we have the Strength card. So we have it twice here. So, this is really interesting here. This can be where somebody has the courage to come forward and they're afraid that they're not going to have this happily ever after. All right. We're going to end this reading, Capricorn. You rock. Thank you so much for joining me here. Get your psychic reading on, right? Get your groove on. And then, if you want to have your chart read, super empowering with the awareness it provides. Yeah, thank you so much, you guys, for joining me here. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the little bell to notify yourself of these readings. Thank you.